Here's the problem that men often face. They judge themselves by their thoughts instead of their actions. They have a destructive impulse, and then they feel like there's something wrong with them. What if the thousands of thoughts racing through your mind every day aren't who you are, but hold the key to unlocking the man who you are meant to become? Your brain generates thousands of thoughts every day, and most of them have nothing to do with who you actually are. These thoughts are simply your mind's pattern matching system working in the background. It takes what you see, hear, or experience and matches it against your memories, associations, and biological programming. This process happens automatically whether you want it to or not. Here's a perfect example of what every man can relate to. You walk down the street and you see an attractive woman. Your brain immediately fires off an arousal response. This isn't you being perverted or weak. It's your biological wiring doing exactly what it's designed to do. Now, for you Christians, stop and think about that. We are commanded not to lust in our hearts, but the initial response is an involuntary response designed to keep the species going. As such, God's not going to ding you for that impulse. It will only be a sin if you go back on that impulse and focus and or act on it. Don't fight it, just change focus onto something else and it'll go away. Another automatic response happens when someone cuts you off in traffic and anger flashes through your mind. Or when you're stressed and your brain suggests that skipping the gym and eating junk food instead. You cannot control these initial thoughts and impulses. They're going to happen regardless of how disciplined or moral you are. What separates good men from everyone else is understanding this simple truth and acting on it. The thought pops up, you acknowledge it exists, and then you decide what to do next. Your character isn't determined by the random thoughts that cross your mind. Your character is built in those moments when you feel the impulse and choose your response. This is where real power lives, in the space between what your brain suggests and what you actually do. This ability to regulate your impulses is what transforms ordinary men into extraordinary ones. Here's what separates good men from ordinary men. It's not just having noble thoughts floating around in your head. It's mastering the destructive impulses that constantly try to sabotage your potential and derail your progress towards becoming the man you want to be. Every single man faces this same internal battle. You have destructive impulses that whisper lies about shortcuts, instant gratification, and taking the easy path. They tell you to skip the hard work, avoid the difficult conversations, or choose comfort over growth. These impulses promise immediate relief but deliver long-term consequences that set you back and damages your self-respect. True character gets forged in that critical moment between impulse and action. When you feel the pull towards anger and want to lash out at someone, when lust tries to hijack your focus, when laziness tempts you to quit, or when selfishness convinces you to prioritize only yourself. The good man chooses differently in these moments. They feel the impulse but refuse to be controlled by it. This isn't something modern self-help concept that someone invented yesterday. Religions and philosophies across thousands of years have taught this same fundamental truth about self-mastery. Christianity emphasizes resisting temptation. Stoicism focuses on controlling what you can control. When you regulate these impulses consistently, something powerful happens. You develop the mental strength and clarity needed to focus on something bigger than yourself. This self-mastery becomes the foundation that allows you to serve others effectively. Here's what most men miss about their true purpose. They think controlling their impulses is the end goal, but it's actually just the beginning of something much bigger. When you master your destructive impulses, you unlock the ability to serve others. This is where the real fulfillment begins. You stop being trapped in cycles of self-sabotage and start contributing something meaningful to the world around you. When you help others, you will grow. You create goodness in the world through service. Elevating others provides a sense of satisfaction. It can also be a powerful form of leadership. The Boy Scouts train servant leadership for both their adults and the Scouts. But here's the thing. Most of us are already serving people. While it's not quite selfless service, you already serving others every single day through your work. Every job you do, every skill you develop, every contribution you make is a form of service. The market rewards you based on how valuable others find what you provide. Think about your current job or business. Someone pays you because what you do helps them solve a problem or meet a need. The more people benefit from your work, the more successful you become. This isn't coincidence. It's the fundamental principle of value creation that drives every economy. Men who understand this shift from focusing on what they can get to what they can give. This changes everything about how they approach their careers and relationships. Instead of asking, what's in it for me? They ask, how can I help? This service mindset transforms ordinary men into society's essential pillars, the protectors, the providers, the builders, and the healers who literally built civilization. But becoming one of these men requires more than just understanding service. Men who master their impulses and choose to serve naturally become society's protectors, providers, builders, and healers. These are the men who built civilization itself. They created the infrastructure, defended the communities, healed the sick, and most importantly, protected and provided for their families. This transformation happens automatically when you stop being controlled by destructive impulses and start serving others. Now, this may be something that you understand well, but I share this as not all of us have had people around who could help them learn this. Now, if you found this helpful, feel free to comment below on anything that stood out to you and subscribe for more information on how to make the best life for yourself and for those around you.